Hey, what is up, guys? Angie back at it again. So a month later, which is still faster than any of my previous. I would like to say that today I bring you something a bit different, but it's more the same. Once again, I think like this was my most challenging piece up to date. I think starting from now, every piece that I post in here or anywhere else, I think it's going to be the most challenging piece I've done to date, because that is the thing. I just want to keep improving, and if I want to keep improving, I need to challenge myself. So I forgot to record the beginning, and I actually started this on my sketchbook by doing some thumbnails, and I'll put them on screen so you can see the thumbnails I did. And a friend actually asked me to draw something from Magi, because it's his favorite anime, and they don't get nearly enough fan art. This definitely has a lot of parts that I'm not very comfortable with drawing, namely, obviously, feet and hands. I think that's the weakness of every artist. And I don't know if you noticed, but if you look really carefully, right about now, you'll notice that the hands are flipped. Like, the thumbs are weird. Luckily, I see that, and I corrected it, so it doesn't look as weird. Also, I think I did a really good job on the feet. I don't have a thing for feet, but all things considered, I think feet are harder than hands, just because it's very easy to mess up proportions, and I think you have a lot more leeway with hands than you do with feet. Clothes are hard, especially when we're talking about big capes or cloaks or very big flowy things. It's really I have no idea how to shade them. I don't even think I did a good job per se. I just think it looks passable for what it is. I think one of the biggest things that was holding me back on the Ace, or previously just in general, is I didn't really have a process. So before starting this drawing, I actually took a while to look into what other artists were doing. Namely, I looked at Naoki Saito's process. I got one of his course. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a month improvement thing, and in it goes really in detail of how he does his illustrations, and I think that was really helpful. So this artwork is like the culmination of me putting together some of his process tips on post-processing and line art tips and all of that, and I think it came out really good. But man, one thing that I noticed from these two artworks is that I lose a lot of steam. Like, I just bulldoze through the first part of the drawing, the sketching, the main colors, like those beginner parts. Those are, I just bulldoze. I do those in like a couple of hours. I do that in a day. It's done, and then I just start procrastinating. Clip Studio Paint says that this drawing took me 7 hours, and clearly I was doing this for a month, right? So we're talking about me just putting it off. I don't particularly hate line art, but it's gotten to a point, and this is my fault, because I spent so much time on just practicing drawing, air quotes, that I never fully went to the finish line with a lot of drawings. I've been drawing, and this is going to be surprising to some, I've been drawing for I've been drawing for almost 12-13 years. Obviously not super consistent, not every day, but often enough, and I think I can count with my hand the amount of finishing pieces that I have, because I always quit at some part of the process, be it because it becomes harder than it was at the beginning, or because I have no experience, and now I'm really trying to push through that fear, I guess, of failure that comes with not knowing, because I know up until that point, right? I know up until that point that I can do it, I can make it. And then afterwards, it's uncharted territory. I don't know if the colors are gonna be good. I don't know if the line art is gonna be solid, if I'm gonna hate the line art, if I'm gonna hate the color, if I'm gonna struggle with the color. And I think that having that fear at the back of your head because you haven't gone through this process that many times. You don't know what you should or shouldn't do. Something that would have taken 7 hours. So if I, just power through it, I could have done it in an afternoon, right? Or in the time it would take me to, essentially go to a full-time job. It takes me 3 weeks because I'm afraid to keep going, because I'm afraid that I'm going to screw it up. I'm afraid that I'm going to ruin the drawing that in my head this drawing looks so good. It's a shame to ruin it. But you're not going to ruin it. Especially if you're drawing digitally. There's no fear. The sketch is still there, right? You are improving it. And if you don't like the end result, you know what? You can always retry again later. There's no need to be fearful of the failure. And hey, if it's shit, don't upload it. Leave it. But finish it. Because you really do not want to be like me, where you've been drawing for 15 fucking years and you have like 10 finished pieces to your name. That's one of my biggest regrets at the moment, is that I don't have more finished pieces out there. Because at the end of the day, your finished pieces are landmarks to your improvement. And they can serve as inspiration, not just for yourself, but for other people that look at your drawings and be like, damn, that guy really put in the work. He really improved. So yeah, guys, finish your artworks, even if they suck. They say finished is better than perfect. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time, and enjoy the rest of the speed paint.